So, fun fact, when I had the idea for this video, it was going to be a full face of viral TikTok products as kind of like an homage to the app being banned. And then the app is up and running again. Funnier story, I offloaded TikTok the night of January 18th so I could free up space on my phone. So now I can't have access to it again. So before I even do my eyeshadow, I'm going to do a little bit of skin prep like before my primers. And I'm going to go in with the Rhode Glazing Milk. This stuff is so good. I am half empty. I love this stuff. It makes my skin so hydrated and just juicy looking, and it sinks in really well into my skin. And then I'm also going to go in with the Olehenrikson Pout Preserved Lip Peptide treatment. This is just the original one, Citrus Sunshine. When I think of a viral eyeshadow palette, there's so few and far between to choose from, but it definitely has to be the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette, and rightfully so because this palette is beautiful for a neutral palette. I actually picked this palette up the second time around because I didn't do it the first time because I was like, oh my god, it's a neutral palette, how good can it be? And then I bought it because FOMO. And as much as I love these shimmers in here, I'm actually not going to use them today. I have something else in mind. Oh, I bought a camera off of Depop. Now, the real question is if it's actually going to get shipped. But I was talking with one of my friends. I'm like, my phone camera quality is fine, but it is the graphic design student in me that I want really good, really crisp quality. So I think it's a Sony ZV-1F that I picked up. But if it doesn't get shipped, I'm going to obviously get a refund, and then I will buy a refurbished one off of Amazon instead. And then I'm going to very lightly add some extra dimension with the deepest brown in the palette. And then with a super thin angled brush, I'm just going to apply the same dark brown on the outer corners of my eye in a little V shape. So I don't know how viral this actually went, but I did buy it because of TikTok, so it fits into the category here. And it is the Zari Eyes eyeshadow from Kulfi Beauty, specifically in the shade Sona Sona. This is what she looks like. It's this gorgeous like putty formula. So I think I want to do a little eyeliner today, which is a little out of the norm for me. But I know a super popular one is the Urban Decay 24/7 inks. This is in the shade 0. It's just black. So I apologize in advance for not talking during this portion, but it is so I can focus. So it's not 100% even, but I can only do so much. So it's as good as it's gonna get. But since false lashes don't really go viral, I'm gonna pop on a pair of lashes and I'll see you in a second. So I am back with some lashes. I just threw on my trusty pair of Lily lashes in the style Desirable. So for primer, this is probably one of the very first viral products I bought, and that is from Glow Recipe. These are the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I think I've been through like 4 or 5 bottles of this, and no, it might be more because this is a jumbo bottle. I've been through a jumbo bottle before, and then I think I went through 2 or 3 regular size bottles as well. So I feel like base products are some of the most common things to go viral, but I think I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Veil Hydrating Skin Tint. I have mine in the shade 3. I forgot how liquidy this is. I would like to be known that this was also gifted to me, but I put on way too much. I'm gonna, oh my god. I put on way too much. I'm gonna have to go in with the brush after this. I know this isn't exactly my shade, but this is the lightest neutral shade that they carry. So, I can fix it with concealer. It's fine. Everything's fine. So concealer was a little hard to choose between, but ultimately I'm going to use the Haus Labs Trichlone Skin Tech Concealer. I'm going to go in with the shades 01 Fair Neutral and then 04 Fair Neutral. I wouldn't say this is my top favorite concealer ever, but it's definitely in the top 3. But this is the only one that works the best with this base product, the Hourglass tint. I actually have a viral concealer brush to use too. This is the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A506. And you know what? I understand why this went viral, because this is like the most perfect concealer brush. It's like one of those kitten paw ones, but it's on the denser side, so you still get to keep your pigment kind of focused as you blend it out. I was a little worried that I used too much of the Hourglass veil, but this base is kind of eaten. Now, when we think of a viral bronzer contour product, we think of the, if you said anything other than the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood contour wand, you're wrong. So, funny story. I recently just decluttered my original one because, as much as I actually really like the formula, but the shade was god awful and way too dark, so I got rid of it. And then it's like someone heard my calls, because literally like a week after I decluttered this, it was announced that there was going to be a shade extension, which is exactly what I needed. So this is now in the shade Fair. Now there's a lot of viral blushes, but I think I'm going to go in with the Patrick Ta blush duos, just because the shades She's That Girl and Not Too Much make like this perfect pinky nude on me. Also, I've hit pan on both of these, so that's pretty impressive with how many blushes I have in my collection. Alright, so I picked up a little bit of each shade on this. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Then I'm going to blend out with a clean brush too. Oh yeah. So the absolutely most viral setting powder I can think of is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. And this powder is so good, I understand why it went viral. I do have the fragrance-free version because the scent on the original is just way too much for me to handle. Make sure this is evenly distributed. I'm going in with the shade Sugar Cookie, which is the translucent shade because, again, I am pretty pale. And since we just powdered, I am going to go in with some powder blush in the same mixture of the Patrick Ta shades I use for the creams. I feel like highlighters don't really go viral anymore because a lot of people aren't wearing them, which is a little rude because I have not stopped wearing highlighters since I started doing my makeup. But that's just me. But the one that I can think of is the Rare Beauty highlighter. I'm going to use the shade Enlighten. White highlighters aren't my favorite, but I don't really have any other option because the other ones are too dark for me and they're going to leave a cast, so. But this highlighter is really nice. Like, look at her. So, Hailey Bieber made the Makeup Forever Artist Colored Pencil super viral, specifically in the shade Anywhere Caffeine. And I did buy it. And this is like my favorite lip liner color of all time. Sorry for not talking during this. This is I need to focus on this. It's not my most favorite formula. I like a slightly creamier wooden pencil, but it's still really nice. And again, the color is like perfect for me. I'm gonna tap and blend it out a little. I don't know how much we can call this a TikTok viral product because this is like one of the OG viral products, but it is the MAC Lustreglass lipstick formula, specifically in the shade Thanks It's MAC. And oh my god. Like, I know everyone raves about MAC products, but I didn't understand until I tried this. And the color is gorgeous, obviously, but I love glossy lipsticks like this. Give me 2 seconds to deal with my hair because I washed it last night, so my bangs aren't staying right because my hair is too clean. So I need to deal with this. So this is the finished look. Honestly, the base eats. As long as the base looks good, I can forgive everything else about my makeup. And see, I can do things other than colorful glam. I just generally don't want to. And now I need to go find an editing program since they took my beloved CapCut away from me. So, we'll see when this actually gets put out.